Well, that's an extruder we're looking at on the wall, and I've got a die here made of Perspex. See if I can put a plate so you can see the shape. And that's a die we've made for extruding handles for the mugs and small jugs that we're going to do now. The machine comes with various dies you can see hanging up there, but we rarely use those. You can make coils with them and stuff like that, but we don't do a lot of that. So we've modified this blank to carry some Perspex pieces we've made. I don't know whether I don't think Perspex is the best material, but it's easy to work with, and it's easy to turn down to the right diameter. Now I've got to put a slug of clay in here. So here's a part of a sausage of clay that'll fit in quite neatly, and this is I haven't seen one of these before. It was an eBay purchase. It's very good, quite heavy, and it will find its way down there, and it should be able to pull an extrusion for a handle out like that. And I've got everything else set up on the bench. So let's have a look and see how we can do this. Now, I threw these mugs yesterday, and I've thrown them on oil-tempered hardboard bats, and so they're stuck to the bat, basically. I haven't wired them off, I never do. And they're very leather hard now, so really got to get the handles on them. And I did plan to do this an hour or two ago, but I've had one or two distractions in the meantime, and so I'm running behind a little bit. I don't need a lot of stuff to do this, basically, and but one of the things I do need is a knife. So I'm going to mark the where I'm putting the handle on, and score it a little bit, and score it a little bit down the bottom. It's not so much, I don't think it's desperately important to score it heavily like that, but it's sort of quite useful, so you know where you're going to put the handle. And I'm going to put a bit of this slip on it, bit up here, and I'm not going to put it down there yet because I'm not quite sure how wet this handle material is. So what I need to do really is just mark the bench, and in order to do that, I've got to just do a bit of trial and error to see how long I want to make these handles. So I'm going to go, say, for about that much. That's about right. And it's quite a lot too much, really. I'm going to press that on there like that, and I'm just going to run that around there like that, and I'm going to chop it off there on the bat like that. So that's what I've done there, and I'm going to leave it there just to stiffen up a little bit. Going to fix the top of it though. So I've got a little bowl of water with a sponge in it here, and I'm just going to take that off there like that, and use my forefinger just to finish that down there like that. So if you can see that, is about where we are with that one. So that'll do there for the time being. I want to keep that nice and straight, so I've sort of marked that out, and I know roughly where I am with it. And I'm going to use a piece of oak on the board here, and I'm going to just put that up there on that side like that. Don't need a banding wheel for this, so I'm going to move it out of the way. The next one, now this device here, it's just a block of wood, and I've made a groove in the top of it and a bigger groove at the bottom of it for the thicker bats. And these are 4 millimeter thick bats, but they fit in there really well. And this is a jug I'm doing here, so same difference really. And I didn't mark that, did I? As I'm going to mark it here anyway. So I'm just going to say that's enough length on those handles, and I'm going to mark behind. I'm going directly behind the spout, the lip. Just going to score that, and I'm just going to make a few marks down the bottom there, and take a bit of scribber, and I'm not going to put it on the bottom just yet, because these are a little bit wetter than I would like them to be. So again, I'm going to press that in there like that, and just give it a nice form, and then just break it off there and smooth it there and smooth it down there. That's going to attach that pretty well, and these are getting quite leather hard now. I wouldn't want to leave it any later than this. So this one goes in next, and these bits in the bucket, and then we want another piece out of the extruder. So there we are. I know I don't really need quite that much, and I'll mark it again here, and then underneath it down here. Put some of the gloopy stuff there and press that on with my thumb like that, bring it around there like that. That's going to give me enough. It's going to give me a bit more than I want, to be honest. I'm going to be chopping a little bit more than that off here, and again try and keep it nice and straight. Just smooth that off there like that, and put a little tail on it there, and add that to the pile here. I'm going to have a quick look over in the back of the workshop to make sure that nothing's dried out too much here, because some of these pots were almost in direct sunlight, and whereas the jugs were a bit protected. So now when these have dried off a little bit more, they're going to fall off the bat, but there's no real danger of them doing that at the moment, even though he says holding his hand underneath it just in case, but it's not going to happen. So here we go, just underneath this, mark it and mark it, and put the gloopy stuff on. I just mixed this with a palette knife a bit. This mixture I'm putting it on it here is, shouldn't have put it on the bottom. Do you spot that? I don't want it on there yet. I want to put that on there when I attach a handle at the bottom. And I'm not going to do that till that's just firmed up a little bit. So I want to pull the handle across now, chop a bit off like that. Put my finger underneath it, just so we're going to have a nice shape on the handle. Wet my thumbs. Use my forefinger there to pull it down. Doesn't matter if you leave a little bit of a finger mark on it. It actually looks quite nice under the glaze. So there we go with that, and they won't be on the bat for more than an hour or two before I get around to attaching the handle at the bottom. That piece is a little bit too short, so I don't know where I'm getting it. I'm getting 2 or 3. I'll make this a bit longer. They got a nice long piece there now. If you leave this too long, the danger is that the handle is going to crack after you've attached it, and you don't want that, obviously, so you've got to try and catch it. One of the things about pottery is that if you don't do things at the right time, you're going to throw the work away that you've done already. Because if you can't get on and do the next stage of it properly, the pot just won't be any good anymore. So you'll have thrown away what you've done so far. So you really got to, it's a bit of a hard taskmaster like that. You just got to do it when you've got to do it, and that's all there is to it. Well, we've got quite a few to do there, and we've also got to do a couple of bigger ones. And I might do, they won't dry so fast, so I've got to do the little ones first. And no, it's not too bad. Just mark that, mark that. I mean, lots of people really score the pot heavily before they put water or slip onto it here. And I don't think it's really necessary, but sometimes on bigger pots I might, might do that a little bit more than I'm doing it now. I'm pressing that on there into that slip, and then I'm holding my finger out there because I want a nice shape on this. Checking again for square so that we're not putting the handle on at some crazy angle, and I think that's more than enough on there. So I don't need to make that long, do I? Because I'm chopping off that much every time I do this. So here's what we got so far. We're looking at a little line of jugs and mugs there, and we look at it from the side view here, we can see they're all lining up, and then I'll go back down the other side and do those. I've got quite a few more to do there, It's quite a nice little job, and what we've done is we've made mugs out of some of these and jugs out of others. Now, if you watched the one where I was throwing a couple, I didn't say how much clay I was using, and the answer to that was 12 ounces on these, and on these bigger ones it was either 3.5 or 4 pounds. Might be looks like about 4 pounds to me. And these here, I won't be extruding the handles for these bigger ones. I'll be pulling them. I don't do a lot of big jugs because they tend to hang around for a while, and we don't have that much room in the shop really. So I think pulling handles is the best way for them. They fit better on a big jug anyway, a pulled handle, I think. And so there we are. That'll do for that one. And when I attach the bottom of them, I'll do another short one, and that'll only be a few minutes. Okay, so there we go.